Hi vinyl community, it's Mike Vinyl Sparrow here, and today I'm going to show you some great new releases. So first off is a Leeds band, Wedding Present, and this is their 2022 project, 24 songs. So what they did is they released 12 singles throughout the year 2022, that was one every month, and they've collected them together now on this album. In fact, this is a triple album with 5 bonus tracks. Now, as well as the vinyl, you get a double CD with all the tracks on, and also a DVD that includes an interview with David Gedge, some concert footage, and a video about the making of the 12 singles. Now, I really love The Wedding Present. If you don't know them, probably their most famous album is from 1987 called George Best, you know, the famous Manchester United and Northern Irish footballer. And, you know, that'd be a good place to start if you're new to the band. What I really like about this collection is that the voices of both David Gedge and Melanie Howard, who share the vocals, they've both got brilliant voices, and I think they really complement each other across the 29 tracks of this triple album. So this is the sleeve, and it's inside the grey sort of outer packaging, and also comes with this. So it's a track list and the credits, and on the back there are 12 small photographs. And these were the cover photographs from each of the 12 singles that they released last year. So they're all new songs, apart from a cover of Magazine's A Song from Under the Floorboards, which is a B-side of one of the singles here. And there are 5 bonus tracks, and they include White Riot, a cover of The Clash, obviously. And there's also a remix of one of the singles. It's called "We All Came from the Sea," and it's remixed by the Utah Saints, which are another Leeds band from the 90s. And they had a really big hit with a track called "Something Good," and that sampled Kate Bush's "Cloud Busting." So if you've only heard one track from Utah Saints, that's what it probably is. So as well as that, there's another cover in the bonus tracks, and that's a track called Tepemi Hovorimo, and that was a track by the Ukrainians. Now, Ukrainians, yet another Leeds band. Their guitarist Peter Solotka, in fact, he was the guy that founded the Ukrainians. He was also a founding member of The Wedding Present, and he guests on this track. So other tracks, I think on the bonus, there's some good stuff. Track called Panama, and then Jump in the Water's Lovely, which is one of my favourite Wedding Present tracks. So all in all, it's a fantastic album. Right. And next we have Modern Cosmology. Now, Modern Cosmology are a project, and this is the collaboration between Laetitia Sadier, who's the singer from Stereolab, and a a Brazilian band called Momboyo, and they're what you might call an indie rock band. They're a bit tropicalia, which was an artistic movement from the 1960s, I believe, in Brazil. And what they would do is they would mix sort of popular Brazilian sounds, you know, things like bossa nova, with sort of more sort of avant-garde themes as well. So the album itself, it's got 6 tracks on it. It's called What Will You Grow Now? And it's a lovely blend of this, Tropicalia, along with, classical guitars, synths, mellotrons. It's just lovely. Particularly, the title track is absolutely lovely. And there's also Consent for Life is probably the other standout track for me. And that's a sort of ethereal bossa nova track. So, as always, Letitia Sadier's vocals are absolutely faultless. I think, over the last sort of 30 years or so that she's been on the scene, I think she's becoming more and more influential, not just as a singer, but also as a songwriter, across all sort of forms of contemporary music. So if you like, a bit of sort of, Brazilian rhythms and you like stereo love, then Modern Cosmology is certainly the band for you. Right, what's next? Ah, yes, I don't switch off, it's the jazz album. Right, and this is called The Rubaiyat of Dorothy Ashby. Now, this was originally released in 1970. It was recorded in late 69, early 1970. Now, this is the sort of album that I think you might like if you think you don't like jazz. It's a rather lovely sort of eclectic mix of all different styles. Now, Dorothy Ashby was a great singer, and she was also a great harpist. And on this album, she also plays a traditional Japanese instrument called the koto, and there it is on the cover. It's a sort of harp-like instrument. It sounds very much like a harp, but it has that sort of very distinct sort of Oriental Japanese sort of twang to it. It's a lovely sort of unusual instrument, but this album contains all sorts of influences. There are African rhythms, Middle Eastern rhythms, Japanese rhythms, a bit of soul, a bit of jazz, and also I think Dorothy Ashby had a fantastic voice. In many ways, she's reminiscent of Nina Simone. So there you go. This is a jazz album for people who don't like jazz, and it's the Rubaiyat of Dorothy Ashby. Right, 2 more to go. So we'll darken the mood a bit, and with this one, it's a soundtrack album. It's the Midwich Cuckoos, and it's a soundtrack by Hannah Peel, who is a keyboard player. She does a lot of synth, mellotrons, etc., etc. And I love just about everything that she does. Now, this is obviously it's a soundtrack of a TV adaptation of John Wyndham's The Midwich Cuckoos, and the music on here is quite unnerving at times. I think it's probably very good, when you see it with the actual TV program. Each of these tracks, were written for particular scenes on the TV program, so it wasn't written as an album as such. But everything holds together. I find it really good. So, as I say, she uses analog synths, particularly on the first track, and there's the inner. And as I say, everything is written by her. It's very dark, very moody, a bit creepy, a bit like the children in the Midwich Cuckoos, I suppose. It comes on quite nice yellow vinyl. The only exception is track number 2, which is an arrangement by panoply of a Benjamin Britten song called Cookie. So, you know, if you like electronic music, if you like soundtracks, then I think, you know, this is a good one. As I say, all the tracks were written specifically for scenes in the TV series, but the whole thing does hold together very well as an album. So that's Hannah Peel and the Midwich Cuckoos. And last but not least, something completely different. And this is Olivia Jane. And this is called Raving Ghost. And I think it's her third solo album. It comes on this rather nice mauve purple vinyl, and it's on Third Man record label. There's also an inner here, and inside, if I can get it, there's all the lyrics. So she's an indie singer. She's a bit goth, a bit indie rock, and there's also quite a lot of surf guitar on this as well. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, it's not Dick Dale, but it's good surf guitar. It's a very sort of uplifting, you know, sort of feel good album. So all the tracks are originals, and apart from one, which is a very strange version of Enya's Orinoco Flow. Nothing like the original, but it's a great song. So if you don't know about Olivia Jane, she's actually married to Jack White. Apparently back in 2022, he proposed to her on stage at a gig in Detroit. And apparently later that day they were married, and actually officiating at the ceremony was Jack White's business partner, Ben Swank. I'm not quite sure how that works, how you can just marry someone, but maybe he's licensed to do so, hopefully. But there you go. That's Olivia Jane and Raven Ghost. So those are my 5 latest record finds. I hope you like them, and I'll see you next time. Bye.